In 2009, a climber named Jesus Olivares went to Pico de Orizaba with his friends, one of Mexico's highest and most dangerous mountains. The place felt strangely silent until he started hearing faint voices in the wind. At first, Olivares brushed it off, maybe just the altitude. But later, when he posted his mountain photos online, someone left a comment. "Nice pic, but who's the kid in the background?" When he zoomed in, there was a child's face staring back from the fog. But there were no kids around, only adults, and they definitely weren't in that photo. It clearly isn't just a rock. Late one night, a woman heard strange noises behind her house. Thinking it was an animal, she grabbed her phone and followed the sound, leading her to an old well. And there, she saw this. It didn't seem human. She ran home terrified, never looking back. Whether it's staged or not, it's truly terrifying footage. This next clip comes from a YouTube user called Forest Fire number 21. It was recorded around 2 a.m. in December 2014. The footage is almost completely dark, but the audio is what makes it disturbing. The uploader lives next to a forest, and the sounds come from deep within the woods. It really sounds like a child yelling, but if you listen closely, you can also faintly hear a man shouting, "Where are you? Where are you?" The child seems to be crying out, maybe even saying "Daddy," as if in danger. Over the next few days, the uploader kept checking the news, hoping for an explanation, but nothing ever came up. From the sound of it, someone genuinely seemed in trouble. We don't know if he called the police, as he didn't share any details. All we can do is hope whoever was out there that night ended up safe, and that the real story had a better ending than the recording suggests. A Facebook user was visiting an old cemetery in his hometown, surrounded by a dark forest. He took a photo, but later, when he reviewed it, he noticed something odd. A faint, misty shape, almost like someone standing or sitting between the gravestones. He mentioned he felt like he wasn't entirely alone that day, even though no one seemed to be around. He asked the community, "Do you think it's a ghost?" Two men went exploring an old uranium mine in Uzbekistan. They went deeper and deeper until they found a huge pit that seemed endless. They leaned closer, trying to see how deep it went, until this happened. A loud metallic bang echoed, followed by a piercing screech from the dark. They froze for a moment, then ran, leaving everything behind. Later, commenters suggested it could have been air pressure or metal collapsing. But others believe something still lives in that mine, something paranormal or unnatural. I can imagine it definitely felt like they weren't alone. This woman went for a hike with her dogs, filming for TikTok. It was her neighbor's trail, quiet and empty as always. On the way back, she noticed something strange on the side path and she froze. It was written "Help" on the ground with sticks. She snapped a picture and called the authorities. They said they couldn't help as it was private property. Maybe it was a prank, or maybe a real SOS. No one knows, but she still can't shake off that feeling. A man was hiking through remote land in the dead of night when he suddenly came across this thing. He stopped, breathing heavy, his flashlight trembling as it caught something in the distance. Then the being began to move, crawling backwards up the mountain. Was this some kind of elaborate prank, or did he capture something we don't know and don't want to know? A cowboy was out in the woods late one night. It was quiet, only his horse's hooves echoed in the silence, until suddenly a sound came from the bushes. It wasn't anything he recognized, not coyotes, not wolves. It sounded like it was trying to copy an animal, but couldn't. He started recording, hoping to catch the sound, but he didn't just catch a sound.
¿Qué es eso? No manches, no, corre.
He tried to get closer, but it disappeared, and that's when he got scared for real. He quickly took off, never knowing what he had seen. In 2022, a YouTube user exploring Google Street View discovered something strange in Pripyat, the abandoned city near Chernobyl. Once home to thousands before the 1986 disaster, the city now stands silent. But in one image, something caught his eye. A woman, standing partly hidden behind a tree near the Ferris wheel as if avoiding the camera. No one knows who she is or why she was there. In a city that should be empty, her presence feels deeply unnerving. A group from the YouTube channel Hunting the Dead decided to use the Randonautica app, the one that sends users to random, often eerie locations. This time, it led them to a deserted road, where they discovered something creepy. A doll hidden beneath a rock. Curious, they took it with them and used a spirit box to ask if a spirit was attached.
Is there something evil or demonic attached to this doll, like my friend thinks? What? Is it yes?
Despite the warning signs, they still brought the doll home. Why would anyone bring a doll left deep in the forest home? This man picked up his trail camera to check if it had captured any wildlife, but as he scrolled through the footage, he suddenly stopped. One clip showed 3 strange figures, covered in what looked like fur or branches and straw. No one knows who or what they were. Were these people dressed for some kind of ritual, or was there another explanation for what this man's camera captured deep in the woods? These guys went fishing in the forest when they made a very confusing discovery. They decided to take a closer look.
We're behind the shooting range and we're like back in the middle of nowhere. And there's like fucking lights and shit up here. And the trees, like, what the hell? Alright, be quiet. We're going up here. We're going to check it out. Dude, this is the trippiest footage.
It was bizarre, right in the middle of the woods. It felt creepy, maybe even a little cult-like. It was probably just some secret rave, but with the lights still on and no one around, it felt extremely odd. A hiker, Sadie, was hiking alone when she took a selfie on the trail. When a few minutes later she checked the photo, she noticed something behind her. It's a figure shaped like a human, but not quite. She hurried down the trail, sensing danger, because she hadn't seen anyone else on the trail that day. What was stalking her? A person? Or something else? A few friends went ghost hunting for fun on an old Civil War trail in North Georgia. They filmed a light-hearted TikTok laughing and joking the whole time. But later, when they played the audio back, they heard something strange.
Okay, is that you?
What's our temp reading?
Wait,
It's still going off like crazy.
is that you making everything go crazy? Yes.
You heard what?
It's 68 now.
It's rising.
It's rising like crazy.
That's
Look
crazy.
at the rods.
Oh my god.
Are you walking around? It said yes.
In the background, faint barking can be heard, and right before the video cuts off, children's voices echo through the woods. The group swore they hadn't seen or heard anything at that moment. So who, or what, was making those sounds in the dark? In 2012, Charles Taylor was hiking near the Norway-Sweden border. When he reached the 1,200-meter peak, he began filming the view. A remote lake, silent and still, with no signs of life. But as the camera panned across the water, something strange appeared.
How's the pace for you guys up front?
Dude, it just broke into two now.
Maybe it's two
Now it's
mating
gone.
snakes. Do they mate? Yes, everything mates, dear. Well,
Nope, now it started up again.
Dude, I'm pretty sure it's ice.
Pretty sure ice doesn't move that
no,
quickly.
away from it now. What, everything mates? No. Snake sex.
No, I was wondering what snake sex looks like.
There's no possible way that's right. No. It's making like S turns. It's moving pretty quick. And then it disappears, and then reappears.
It's something swimming.
A bright shape, moving fast across the surface. Charles thought it might be ice, a boat, or maybe even an animal. But no boats could reach that lake, and whatever it was, it moved too quickly for ice, and too oddly for any known creature. Years later, no one knows what Charles really captured that day. This photo was taken during a ghost walk on Chalmers Street, the city's oldest and bloodiest road. At first, it looked like just another picture from the tour, until they zoomed in. On the sidewalk, two shadowy figures appear to be standing side by side. Long ago, this street was lined with punch houses, bars below, brothels above. Some believe the figures could be a man and woman from that time. Guides say no one is even allowed to walk there at night. So, if no one was around, who showed up in that photo? Late at night on an empty road, an Uber driver saw something unusual on his dashcam. A small figure stood in the middle of the road, possibly a child. He slowed down, turned on the high beams, and it became clearer. It looked like a child, wearing only a diaper, holding a stick, alone in the dark. But why? The driver said the footage was real and even shared proof from his dash cam and Uber trip record. Just 2 minutes later, he was pulled over by the police for a broken headlight and told the officer what he had seen and where. He posted the story on Reddit, explaining that while the footage is hard to see, in real life it was obvious it was a child. Was this child in danger, or was it some sort of trap? What would you have done in this situation? A homeowner in Lansing, Michigan, said their trail cam had been going off for weeks. Each time, it only caught orbs of light. Then, one night, it went off again, and this time, he caught something strange. A white shape of a woman wearing a dress and a hat with two orbs floating beside her. The owner isn't convinced it's a ghost, he's a skeptic, but it also seemed very unlikely for a woman to be wandering that area at night, dressed like that. It remains a mystery. During a hike deep in the woods, this person saw something he couldn't believe.
Look! Look! Fuck. Holy shit. Holy shit. Right there, look. It's going up the hill. What is that?
A dark figure was moving uphill through the trees. At first, it looks like a person climbing, but the shape appears bulky and covered in dark fur. Some viewers believe it's Bigfoot, pointing out how smoothly it moves across the slope. Others say it's just someone in a costume, but honestly, I don't think anyone could pull that off in a suit. While visiting Gettysburg, this person took several photos of the monument and its quiet surroundings. Most of the pictures looked perfectly normal, until they saw this one. Behind the stone, in the shadows, a faint human-like figure appears to be walking past. The photographer confirmed no one else was there at the time. Could this have been the spirit of a Civil War soldier, still wandering the grounds where he once fell? A group of friends once explored an old cemetery hidden deep in the woods. As they walked down the trail, they suddenly heard footsteps behind them. Startled, they turned, snapping a few photos into the darkness. Most came back empty, but one showed this: a faint, shadowy figure standing among the trees. Some say it was just shadows playing tricks on their eyes, but others believe something was truly there that night. A group of hikers was deep in the woods when they noticed something move between the trees. They pulled out a camera and caught a tall, bulky figure walking slowly through the forest.
Oh my god, do you see that?
Yeah. Keep it steady, keep it
It's
steady.
huge. I think it's looking this way.
Don't move.
Oh, it's walking. It's leaving.
I got it.
Holy.
Some say it's just a costume, or maybe even AI generated, but others think it's real. And since no other information was provided, like the date or location, it does seem a bit suspicious. You never know with these Bigfoot videos. This couple were out in the woods hoping to make it their perfect date. Everything was calm and peaceful until strange sounds started echoing around them. At first it was faint, like someone calling from far away. Then it got louder, almost like a voice, but not quite human.
Hello? Is anybody there? I'm so nervous. What was that?
I don't know.
Do you need help?
The couple ran off, never knowing what was hiding out there. A trail camera deep in the woods caught something strange one night. Its legs were too long, and the shape was all wrong and unusual. Now, I'm seriously doubting its authenticity with all those AI clips lately. But imagine if it was real, and no one would believe it. A cottage owner kept hearing strange noises outside, so one night he set up a camera to catch whatever it was. When he checked the footage, he saw two glowing eyes staring right at the cottage, just watching. At first he thought it was some wild animal, but then it stood up, and it seemed tall, almost human-like. Were those really eyes, or just some kind of light or reflection? No one knows. But whatever it was, something was definitely out there, close to his cabin. A trail camera near Knightstown, Indiana, captured something strange. The first frame shows a dark figure standing in the distance, but in the next frame, taken the same minute, it's gone. The owner quickly uploaded the footage online, hoping someone could explain what he had captured. Most viewers said it was likely a white-tailed deer, its tail raised as it ran. But could it really have just been that? a Reddit user shared a trail cam photo taken on a friend's property. The image showed a tall, shadowy figure standing among the trees. Its shape looked human, but strangely distorted. Some said it was nothing more than a shadow or motion blur, but others believed it was something supernatural. The friend admitted that often felt uneasy near that exact spot. YouTuber Sanj Key Angel was traveling through the Indian countryside when he filmed a strange sight. A figure dressed completely in white, its face hidden, crossed the road at night. It carried no lantern and showed no sign of hesitation, moving as if it knew the path in total darkness. The way it appeared and vanished left viewers wondering if it was even real. On a return hike from Shoe Lake Bothy, about 4 miles from Loch Inver, the morning was crystal clear. A hiker who often captures images of remote and isolated spots paused to take a photo. Later, while reviewing the shot, something strange stood out. But the hiker was 99% sure no one was there. The trail had been completely empty, and in that kind of visibility, a person couldn't have gone unnoticed. He still can't explain this photo. Back in October 2021, Lomar Menz from the channel Paranormal Discovery explored an old house with a friend. As they wandered through the dark halls, strange sounds began to echo around them.
That was probably creepy.
Moments later, their camera light started malfunctioning, and soon they felt certain someone else was inside. The tension spiked when the noises came from the next room.
Oh shit. Someone's here, someone's here, someone's here, someone's here.
Are you serious?
Be quiet. Turn the light off, turn the light off.
Then, they saw it. A figure standing in the other room. Panic set in, and they bolted from the house, only to realize someone was following them.
What? Come on. I'm getting out of here. Follow me right now.
Where's that coming from? Babe!
I don't know.
Someone's running!
Fortunately, it turned out to be someone they knew, pulling off a terrifying prank. This person drives a lonely mountain road to reach her house, surrounded by woods and with almost no neighbors. One night, just near her home, she noticed something and snapped this photo. It appeared to show a figure standing by the roadside. The image is dark and blurred, but the outline is clear enough to make her wonder if it was a ghost. Maybe it was just a tree stump, but if it had always been there, why hadn't she seen it on all her other drives home? Either way, the road to her house looks like the perfect setting for a horror movie. While backpacking deep in a remote forest at night, this man suddenly heard something unsettling. Footsteps trailing behind him. Something or someone was following in the dark. Instinctively, he stopped and checked his surroundings, and that's when he captured this. A white figure, slowly moving between the trees. He couldn't tell if it was just a person or something more sinister. But then again, coming across a person dressed like that in the middle of nowhere, behaving so strangely, that might be the most disturbing possibility of all. A Reddit user went hiking near Black Brook, Nova Scotia, when he stumbled upon this: a strange bone. Curious and a little uneasy, he posted it online, hoping someone could identify it. Fortunately, experts stepped in and explained the truth. The markings matched bones from the rear of a marine creature. And for more, let's watch this next video together.